Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is IBM Infosphere Master Data Management. Our guest speaker today is Ms. Subhrashri Natarajan, Technical Solution Architect at IBM India Software Labs. Subhrashri Natarajan is a Technical Solution Architect in IBM India Software Labs with extensive experience in implementation of IBM Initiate Master Data Service. Subhrashri brings a unique perspective to the product and its applicability to large enterprise data. Over the last 5 years, she has been a thought leader, mentor, and solution lead for extending the product offering to large enterprise customers spanning various industries like high-tech, logistics, and pharmacy to name a few. Subhrashri has a master's degree from Georgia Institute of Technology, Atlanta, USA, and a bachelor's from Indian Institute of Technology. She has more than 10 years of overall IT experience. So without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Ms. Natarajan.
Thank you, Shweta. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this session on IBM Infosphere Master Data Management. Today, we'll be covering these topics. I'll begin with introducing what we mean by master data, what is master data management, what are the business benefits of master data management, give you a brief introduction to the IBM Infosphere platform in whole, of which the Infosphere MDM is a part. I'll then give you an overview of IBM Infosphere MDM and its features. And finally, we'll conclude the talk with a few case studies of where MDM has been implemented successfully by various businesses for more growth and reaping benefits. So, what is master data? Master data is the high-value core information that is used to support critical business processes across the enterprise. It can be information about customers, suppliers, partners, products, accounts, or basically any domain that is critical to the functioning of a business. It's at the heart of every business transaction, application, and decision. One thing to note is master data is not the same as either metadata or reference data, because master data is the structure and definition of, metadata is the structure and definition of your master data, whereas reference data are those globally present but changing infrequently values which are present across your enterprise for which you want standard values. So for example, in this slide, the structure such as the ID, the last name, first name, or the product ID, the short description, and so on, represents the metadata, whereas the gender table, where you might have gender values for your enterprise across various languages or in various codes, etc., can be stored with such that male, irrespective of the language where it's spoken, or the code that is used, can always be represented by a central code and can be used across the enterprise. So master data is, and another thing is, master data not only includes the key identifying attributes of a customer, but it can also include attributes that can help you identify relationships and hierarchies across a product or a customer. So what is master data management? Master data management is the business capability that delivers a single, trusted, and complete version of critical data assets to applications and end users to support business processes to operate efficiently and in strategic decision making. So basically what MDM really does is it takes information from across all areas of your company and manages it in one central location. And the end goal of a successful MDM implementation is to consolidate records into entities so that inaccurate or incomplete information about a customer in one source can be compensated using information from all the available sources about that customer in your enterprise. Some of the concepts included as part of MDM are things like customer data integration, or CDI, which is the process of determining a distinct set of customer records and creating a single unified view of the information across all sources. So CDI is, again, it is the same as MDM, except that CDI is the term most commonly used in a commercial space. The other term you'll come across frequently is EMPI, or Enterprise Master Person Index, which is again the same as as CDI, except here we try to collect patient information from across various sources and try to create a single view of a patient. So it is used in the healthcare space. Then we talk about entity resolution, which is again the same thing, except this is used in the public sector or government. So this can be a single view of a citizen or a suspect, depending on which angle you're looking at. Then you have product information management, which is basically where MDM is used to create central repositories of products to manage your, to track inventory, to manage the manufacturing and retail process of the product, to manage the supply chain, so on. Data quality, data enrichment, and extract, transform, and load, or ETL functionality are key inputs to master data management, because these are the tools that are used for migrating data from one location or infrastructure so that it can be consumed by another system. In our case, that being the MDM solution. And finally, the end view, like I said, is of MDM is to deliver a unified view of the information. So let's look at an example here of an MDM for a financial services institution. So on the one hand, we have various sources like deposit accounts, credit card accounts, loans, investments, and so on. And on the other hand, we have various enterprise applications. These applications could be customer-facing, for example, operational or transactional applications, or it could be those that are used for strategic business decision-making, such as analytical applications. So for all of these applications, whether they be customer-facing or analytical, it is important to know the full picture of the customers that the bank or financial institution deals with. So for example, the deposit account for Billy Jones, is it the same as the credit card account for William Jones? Is the credit card account for William Jones and the loan account for B. Jones the same, except that there's probably a typo in the address on one of the records? And how about the loan account of one and the investment of a completely different customer? Are they possibly related, so that giving you more insight on Billy Jones as well as Barbara Jones? So these are all the questions that MDM tries to answer. So MDM is, it's generally speaking, it's more than a technology platform or a set of tools. We think of it as a discipline that provides a consistent understanding of master data entities and their relationships. It's also a set of technologies that can be used to provide consistent use of master data across the organization and finally, it is also a set of IT practices and processes which are designed to accommodate, control, and manage change in your master data assets. So basically, MDM incorporates and coordinates other IT disciplines to achieve that enterprise-wide system of record for core business activities. And if properly implemented, this will do so for all high-value information that an organization uses across their business. So as I mentioned, master data can be about customers, it can be about suppliers, partners, products, or any domain. And because MDM is an ongoing business and IT function, it incorporates multiple disciplines and technology and can act as an effective foundation on which to develop, maintain, and monitor information governance. So information governance is critical to the success of an MDM project. So let's look at an example here, right? So we already talked about how MDM gives you a view of into a complete picture of a customer. But of what if you could take it a step further, right? So in this case, we have a customer called Robert Potter who might be buying a product that an organization is making, right? And so that might be just about all we know about that person. But what if we could also know that that person shares a household with a Mrs. Roberta Potter, and that the product that this person is buying is made up of certain parts which are built by, a corporation for which Roberta is a buyer, right? And the value suddenly of Robert Potter's association with Roberta Potter suddenly makes him a high-value customer. So here, it's not only giving you the complete information about a customer of yours, it's going beyond and deriving additional value from less obvious relationships. So it can give you relationships across your supply chain or between suppliers, householding relationships, and so on. And these kind of relationships are typically pretty hard to decipher in a business application such as ERP. And understanding these relationships can really give you leverage for your in your business. And MDM can enable you to derive these relationships using your own data. So when we talk about an MDM, we're really talking about going from, in legacy systems, it always used to be an account-centric or a policy-centric view, whereas after an MDM implementation, we're talking about going to a customer-centric approach. So most organizations with legacy systems were always focused on what is your account number or what is your policy number. So the disadvantage of that is, there is no complete view of the customer, and there's minimal understanding of relationships of that customer. And finally, the customer may not have a consistent experience depending on which channel of the business he's talking to. There may be more or less information about the customer, and according the customer service that he represents or that he receives might vary accordingly. And finally, from a business growth perspective, not knowing the customer as a whole and not having that communication between various channels of the organization can have many unrecognized opportunities which are left unexplored. So you lose opportunities for cross-selling or upselling to a particular customer. If we move to a customer-centric approach, it gives you a complete view of the customer across all channels of your business, and it gives you a complete understanding of relationships and hierarchies, and the customer receives consistent customer experience irrespective of the channel of the business that he or she is dealing with. And finally, the business is able to leverage benefits by cross-selling and upselling opportunities for the customer. So long we've talked a lot about how master data management can be used to know your customers and their relationships. But MDM can also be applied for products, right? So in addition to providing a single view, MDM can also allow companies to create a single up-to-date repository of product and other core information that can be used throughout their organization or strategic initiatives. So today you would see that, a lot of times product information is scattered across the organization. It could be present in legacy systems. It could be present, or even as scattered as individual Word or Excel documents in certain people's computers. So what happens is reliably delivering that product information or the vision of the company to a number of strategic downstream recipients becomes difficult, time-consuming, and unreliable. So with this, there's no collaborative authoring of products. there's a lack of a single view of product, so that if you think of a product from its inception or design phase all the way to when it gets manufactured and available for in the retail market, there could be a lack of a single view of what that product as it moves across the stages. There's no synchronization with upstream or downstream applications, and there's no ability to publish to commerce sales or commerce sites or product catalogs, etc. Whereas if an MDM solution for products or product information management, as it is called, if that is applied successfully, it can provide the organization a means to author collaboratively and aggregate and distribute product information consistently. It can align with and enforce existing business processes, and it can provide consistent access to consistent product information, as I said, from inception all the way to marketing. And finally, it can help with the product factory build process. So what are the business benefits of MDM, right? I mean, any IT solution that is provided is typically done for business benefits. So if you think of business benefits, you can think of it as a 4 pillars of growing business, right? One major pillar on which a lot of business focuses most of the energy on is how do you increase your revenue or growth. And while increasing revenue is important, cutting costs or cost efficiencies are as critical to the successful running of a business. And in this day and age, the ability to think of and apply strategic initiatives in an agile manner has become more or less life and death for businesses. And finally, in some industries more than others, but in mostly all industries, compliance to government or other regulatory agencies, as well as reducing risk, is critical for the successful running of a business as well. So if we take a look at increasing revenue as a key business driver, a trusted single view of master data can help enable cross-sell and upsell opportunities by enhancing the lead passing capabilities across the channels. So through a single view of the customer, you can also know what are their preferences based on either demographics or the history of purchase and so on. And you can customize product offerings and bundles based on that to be able to sell more to your existing customers. You can introduce new products quickly, and that can help you save or make a lot of money. You can identify high-value customers, and you can derive significant value by offering them a great customer service, which results in customer delight and reduces customer churn and increases the retention of your high-value customers. And all of these things, as you can see, lead to improved revenue growth for the business. Thinking of cost efficiency as a business driver, so what company doesn't want to do more with less money and less and make more money, right? So, and that's what most of the IT initiatives are designed to, right? Otherwise, why did we automate so many processes? So MDM can help automate business processes such as customer or supplier onboarding, new product introduction, address standardization, and so on. And reducing manual processes can dramatically reduce the data errors, which can be extremely costly. So one perfect example is around customer mailings, right? Each of us would have experienced a situation where we receive the same product information catalog or a solicitation for a credit card or something like that from the same organization, and sometimes you receive multiple in the same day. Or sometimes both my husband and I receive the same mailing from the same organization. So if they implement MDM and can recognize these kind of relationships, a lot of such savings can be implemented, and they really do add up as as these mailings are reduced. And finally, you can use MDM can also be pretty powerful when in case of mergers and acquisitions, when you're trying to quickly onboard the customers or products of a company that an organization has acquired into your existing enterprise. Looking at agility or applying strategic initiatives, consolidating data from various silos and integrating them into into new systems can help, again, like I said, in case of mergers and acquisitions. It can help meet demands of new business channels, and having that complete view of master data also helps businesses make those
Hello, Mr. Rajan, your voice is not audible. Hello, Mr. Rajan. Hello, Mr. Rajan, your voice is not audible. Can you hear me? Miss Subhashri? Hello? Mr. Rajan, your voice is not audible to us. Mr. Rajan, are you there? Hello? Miss Natarajan? Miss Natarajan, your voice cannot be heard. You're not audible. Hello?
Hi, Shweta. Sorry, it looks like I got dropped. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Your voice
Okay.
is not audible. So can you just repeat where you were?
It is not. It is not audible.
Now it's audible, but it's still breaking. Can you be a bit more clear?
Sure.
Okay, fine. Now your voice is okay. I think there was some problem from your side. Now your voice is audible. Okay.
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 Okay, great. Yeah. Actually, I think I was talking about the reducing cost and the business drivers for MDM. Is that where you guys lost me?
Mr. Rajan, you were there. You were explaining the revenue, agility, and compliance. That was the slide that is open on our computer screen. So you okay?
Okay. Okay. So I think I was talking about compliance when I lost connection, so I'll just talk about that. So as I was saying, all businesses have to comply with certain levels of either internal security policies or customer privacy preferences or government regulations. And the thing is, these requirements also change as organizations evolve and add new processes, or the government introduces new laws, in terms of tighter customer privacy regulations or other regulatory compliance issues, which might be more applicable to certain industries than others. So MDM can help meet these requirements, and can help with reducing risk. For example, in the previous example we talked about, where if you know that the Billy Jones who's applying for a credit card already has exposure with you in terms of either all the different types of instruments where an organization has a credit exposure with this customer, it can help the business make an intelligent decision on whether or not a credit card application should be honored, and if so, what a credit limit should be, and so on. So it can help reduce risk. It can help with controlling access to data, adhere to government and corporate regulations, and manage customer privacy preferences. So who cares about master data management, right? So master data management is typically identified by IT, but the driver is a lot of times business, because it affects the business directly. So without the support of the business, MDM initiatives can rarely succeed. So business owners, such as those who are in operations, marketing, and customer service, are interested in MDM because they have challenges around gaining a single view to drive processes such as mailing, marketing, or customer service. Through a single view of their customer, they can reduce costs by reducing the duplicate mailings. They can improve customer service by providing a consistent customer service to their customers across all business channels. And they can drive additional revenues through improved cross-sell and upsell opportunities. IT owners, such as data architects and IT strategists, also look at, are also enablers for an MDM implementation, because they are the ones who look at their enterprise architecture, and they understand that common master data exists typically in siloed systems. And when asked by business for a single view, they have a difficult time providing that. So they see the value that MDM brings to system consolidation and data accuracy. In certain applications, the implementation of MDM can also lead to the retirement of certain legacy systems, which means that the IT enablers, such as the CIOs or data architects, etc., have fewer systems to maintain and worry about. And finally, governance owners, such as data stewards, need solutions that include security and policies to control and monitor data. And these people, again, are, can appreciate the value of an MDM implementation. So now, to just give you a brief introduction to the IBM Infosphere platform itself, right? The IBM Infosphere platform is, it focuses on a few key items. The first being reflected in the center of the sphere, and this is information integration, which is the ability to discover, profile, and transform, and finally integrate information from many sources into a single point. Surrounding that, we have foundational capabilities such as data quality, lifecycle management, and security and privacy. So data quality typically involves things like standardizing and cleansing of data from the various sources that is collected. Lifecycle management includes things like test data management, archiving of information, and a critical point of data management is also understanding when data should be archived and retired to manage data in an optimal way. And security and privacy it ranges from database activity monitoring through to encryption and redaction of sensitive information, or providing access in a controlled fashion, and so on. And surrounding that, we have master data management that, as we've talked about, strives to provide a single view of customers, products, suppliers, etc. We have data warehousing, and we have today's jazz words, big data, right, where we are trying to manage a huge variety, volume, and velocity of information for business analytics. So this is the Infosphere platform in complete, and it is, as you can see, it's a trusted platform for all your information management needs. So it's intelligent, integrated, and comprehensive.
Ms. Natarajan, I would like to interrupt you. I'm really sorry, but your slides are not updating. We are still on that same slide, master data management business drivers. So can you just, go to the slide where what you're
Oh,
talking
it's
about?
not.
No, it's not moving.
Okay, maybe let me pause and play again.
Yeah. Okay,
Can
now
you
I
see
can
that
see
now?
the Infosphere. We can see that.
Yeah, the Infosphere. So I guess I'll just give people 2 seconds to look at the slide. So basically, like I was saying, at the center we have information integration. Surrounding that, we have features like data quality, life cycle, and security and policy, privacy. And finally, we have master data management, data warehousing, and big data. Okay, can you see my slide move?
It's not yet moved. We are still on that Infosphere.
Or still on Infosphere. Has it moved now?
Natarajan, it hasn't yet.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Can you see now?
There's some problem because your slides are freezed on that particular slide, Infosphere one, and it's not moving. So I think there's some problem in your internet connection might be.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, can you see now?
There's no change, ma'am. I think there is some problem in the internet connection.
There's no change?
No, there's no
Okay.
change.
Okay. Let me disconnect and try and reconnect my internet. Is it still the same?
Yes, ma'am, it's still the same.
Oh, God. Okay. Any change?
See any change, ma'am. I'm really sorry. There is some problem in the internet connection. I don't know what the problem is. I can still see that Infosphere slide right now.
Okay, let me try a different network.
Okay. Rajan, it is changed now to IBM Infosphere MDM overview and features. Um, Hello?
Hello, so it has changed now?
It has changed to IBM Infosphere MDM overview and features. Okay. This is the slide that I can see.
Okay, great. Okay. So you can see the circle with the three adaptive principles of MDM.
See, it's written IBM Infosphere MDM overview and features. That is it.
Okay. Okay. Can you see the slide move now?
Change, ma'am.
No change?
There's no change.
Okay, 1 minute. Sorry about this. I'm trying to reconnect my network. It looks like there's a power outage in my place, so I'm trying to get the mobile data connected. I guess I can probably at least continue
The screen,
while I'm trying to,
I think the
I'm
screen is
sorry?
not getting shared. I think the slideshow is not
Oh,
possible.
the screen is,
I think so because it's
okay.
freezed. It's freezed to that same slide. It's not moving.
Okay. Sorry about this. I'm trying to still get my connection to work. I'm trying the final solution of rebooting my machine to see if that helps. Give me 2 minutes, please. I'm still trying to set up the network, Shweta, but in the meanwhile, if there are any questions, maybe we can address that based on what we've covered so far, so that while my network's coming up, we can get that covered.
Should I read out the question that has come right now? that's possible.
Yeah, the questions
Sure.
that have come up so far, if you can read those out, we can, use this time while I'm trying to get my network up to do that.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, there's one question which says, what is the difference between IBM Infosphere MDM and Informatica MDM? So this person has asked this question.
Those are like two different products. So, so if you talk about, it's like asking what's the difference between Oracle and DB2, right? They're two different relational databases which are available. Now, what I can tell you is, and we haven't covered that yet, but the Infosphere MDM platform, again, I don't know, I don't want to speak about Informatica MDM and its features and capabilities, but I can tell you that IBM Infosphere provides, a complete, it's almost like a complete menu of MDM solutions where organizations can start small and expand if they choose to. They can do a registry style, they can do a transactional style, and so on. Does that help answer the question?
So can you just show me your first slide right now, because we can see the starting slide. You can just show the first slide, and if
Oh, you
it's,
can see the starting slide now?
yeah, I can see that.
Okay, I haven't connected yet, so I'm wondering. Okay, can we take the next question?
There's again a question which says, what all steps to be taken at the time of database crisis?
Database crisis. I'm not sure if I understand the question, and I don't know if it is, how it's completely related, or are they talking about a database that has the MDM data stored in it? I mean, from that perspective, it's it's no different from any other application, right, that stores its data in the database. So, I mean, for database crisis, people do things like they implement solutions in a high availability manner, so that if some nodes go down, you can still have it up, and those kinds of high availability techniques are used for implementing your MDM solution. But I don't know if what other database crises we're talking about here.
One more question that says, is MDM related to ETL tool like data stage?
So MDM ETL is a prerequisite for MDM, right? Because MDM requires you to integrate data from across the various data sources that an organization has into the central location called master data management. So ETL, which is used for which is extract, transform, and load, is used as a precursor to MDM and is used to extract the data from all the relevant sources and use it for loading it into the MDM solution. So data stage it's an ETL tool, and it's part of the Infosphere platform. It's part of the integration component of Infosphere that I talked about, which is used for the ETL. But MDM is not the same as ETL. So ETL is a precursor for MDM.
Question is, what are the strategies used to extract,
Okay.
transform, and load into MDM?
What are the strategies? So, I mean, in terms of, I'm guessing it's more of how is data from various sources integrated into MDM. So so I would say there are options available for integrating with batch mode or real-time mode, and and just in terms of the initial load, when all the data from the customer is first taken and the MDM solution is seeded with that data, that is all typically done in a batch mode and involves activities like gathering the data from across sources, identifying the master data from all the various attributes that the organization may be storing, and finally trying to do the matching and linking of the data to create those complete or the complete view of a customer, so that you can integrate information about the same customer from various sources into and that's done typically using matching and linking of data.
There's one more question. Okay, I can hear that.
Okay, and yeah, and I just joined back again. Okay, and let me just get my presentation open so that we can continue where we left off. Okay. Can you make me the presenter again, Shweta?
I made you the presenter. Did you receive that?
Yes. Can you see my slide now?
Right. The very first slide, I think. We can see that. Can you make it in a slideshow mode?
Yeah, 1 minute.
18th slide now.
Yeah, 1 minute. For some reason, I'm having the same problem. When I make it into a slideshow, it's going. Okay. Too many technical issues. For some reason, it's not liking it when I'm putting it in the slideshow mode. It pauses the sharing.
And then do it without the slideshow mode if that's okay, I think.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's what we'll have to do. Okay, we can do it without the slideshow mode. Can you see it now, my slide?
Natarajan, we can see the 18th slide.
Okay, great. So the MDM is based on 3 core competencies, and basically, like we've talked about, the 3 steps are really to acquire data, manage data, and then finally act on data. So acquiring data is that process of acquiring data from your various source systems, where you discover, profile, and load data, and you configure your MDM solution. And manage data is where you proactively manage that data to maintain your master data in terms of you do data quality, in terms of standardization, cleansing, you do matching activities to create those complete view of your customer. You can manage multiple domains of data, so that so that you can derive those relationships that we've talked about. And finally, you can enrich core data using information from from third-party sources to take you further along the journey of managing your master data. And finally, the whole purpose of doing mastered MDM is, so that you can use that central information that you have acquired and managed and integrate it actively within your business applications and processes. And for that, the MDM platform provides business services, UI generation, UIs, event notification, and so on, to further, to apply and have the benefits, the business reap the benefits of MDM. So in terms of looking at the features of the IBM Infosphere Master Data Management Platform, it is the most comprehensive. It's the best solution for real-time integration. It provides you the quickest time to value, and it's proven with the deepest experience among the MDM products in the market. So it's most comprehensive because it can really do, it can do all domains, all styles, all use cases. It's been applied in a variety of industries, and you can choose whether you want to use a fully pre-built solution, a modifiable pre-built solution, or a build-it-yourself solution. It's optimized for for real time. It's plugged in with BPM Express for managing your workflows, and it can provide you various styles of implementations. So you can go with a registry style, a hybrid style, a transactional style, or a collaborative authoring style. This is a slide from it tells you from Gartner MDM forecast, and IBM, as you can see, has been projected as a leader in the MDM space for both customer data as well as product data. So IBM features there in the first quadrant, and like I said, it's the #1 in MDM with 20.1% of the market share. We have more than 800 customers in a variety of industries where MDM has been implemented successfully. So starting with version 10 of the IBM Infosphere MDM platform, IBM has really unified 3 market-leading offerings. So there used to be 3 different products called Infosphere MDM Server, Infosphere MDM Server for PIN, and Initiate Master Data Service. And each of these were a market leader in their own right, where Infosphere MDM Server was a leader when it came to transactional style implementation of MDM. Initiate MDS was a leader in the healthcare and government sector world with many successful implementations even in the commercial sector, and its strength being a registry-style implementation of MDM. And finally, MDM Server for PIM, which was the collaborative authoring tool for product information management. So all these three products have been combined into the Infosphere Master Data Management platform, which leads to customer benefits such as you can do use case driven integration, there's a common terms and definition, and there's ease of purchasing and adding more over time.
We are still on slide 18.
So,
hello?
Oh, you're still on, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's raised again, I think.
You're still on slide 18. Can you see it now?
You can still see the slide 18. There's no change.
Still see only slide 18. Okay. Mine is showing that I'm sharing the screen. Okay, so can you make, remove me as a presenter and make me again, Shweta, because I keep saying sharing and but looks like, it's not making a change on your side.
'21, ma'am. The slide is 21 now, which is displayed. You're already the presenter.
Oh, you can see 21 now.
I can see 21
Sorry?
now. Yeah, we can see 21st slide right now.
Okay. So this is the one where I was saying, this is about the MDM platform. Did the slide move to 22 now, Shweta?
Yet, ma'am. It's still on 21st.
Okay. Oh, it's still on 21. Any change?
Not yet, ma'am.
No change?
It's not changing. We can still view the 21st slide.
You might have to probably take me out as a presenter and make me again. There seems to be too many issues with the current session.
Can you please check your internet connection? Are you logged in? Because I cannot see you.
It shows me as logged in. Can you? Did it change? Still the same? Is it still the same or did it change?
Still the same. It's still 21st.
It's saying it's. Okay, let me stop screen sharing and then share again. Okay, it's again, it seems to be a day of technical challenges today. Like I see my network's working. I see it's there, but it's again looks like I might have to do the same thing. So can we probably take? Are there any additional questions while I try to fix this again?
Okay, I can view the 20-second slide now. So I don't know. Can you
can see the 20-second slide now.
Yeah, but
okay.
but can you again shift to the 21st so that we can see whether it's moving or not? Okay, now can you again shift to 21 so that we can see whether it's moving or not?
Okay, let me move.
Still view the 20-second slide. Either you move a slide, forward.
Okay. See, whenever I try to move, it says it's paused. So while you can see the 20-second slide, at least let me cover that. So these are the 3 editions of the MDM platform that is used as part of that is provided as part of the Infosphere MDM solution, right? And they are basically the standard edition, which provides the quickest time to value and can be deployed in the shortest amount of time. And this used to be what used to be called as Initiate MDS is now packaged as the standard edition. The advanced edition, which is the strategic, which is used for strategic applications of MDM, and is really a combination of both the Initiate MDM and the MDS and the MDM server for PIM. So advanced edition includes the standard edition. You have the collaborative edition, which has the the collaborative authoring or the product information management piece. And finally, you have the enterprise edition, which is the complete edition for all your MDM needs. So as you can see, IBM offers the industry's most comprehensive and widely deployed MDM platform. So the editions that are provided they can act as starting points that fit the current needs and requirements, with the ability to expand as you see the initial success, giving you more complex and mature requirements for your MDM. Can you see the screen moving now?
18th slide now.
It should be on the 20th. It's on the 18th. Okay, so at least it was moving. So I've tried to now share my screen instead of just that application. So let me know when you see the 23rd slide.
We can see the IBM is the market leader. Is that the 23rd slide?
No, that's like you said, the 18th slide. So Okay, let me pause and share again. Can you see it now?
We can still view the IBM as the market leader slide.
Okay. How about now?
There's no change, ma'am.
Is it still on the 18th slide?
Slide now, it's IBM is the market leader. That is the slide which has been open. And it's in slideshow view, I
It's
guess.
still on the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you try and refresh on your side to see if that helps?
There's no change, ma'am.
Sorry about this, guys. It seems like the day of
On the market leader slide.
it's still on the market leader slide. Okay. I'm trying different things here, trying to pause and play and so on, but doesn't seem like it's making a difference. Let me try from a different PC. Still the same?
Yeah, ma'am, it's still the same. There's no change.
So when I pause, it says okay, I'm trying to again log off and log back in to see if that helps. I'm also trying another computer to see if that helps. Are there any questions in the meanwhile so that we can address while I'm battling my technical issues?
There's a question. I've already assigned it to you, but still, because there's a problem, technical problem by your end. So I'm reading it out. Can Infosphere data integrate with can Infosphere data integrate with SAP or Oracle ERP as a single source of master data?
So there are various integration options that are provided with, with each of the MDM editions that I've talked about. And typically we provide APIs that you can leverage to integrate your various sources with the IBM master data. So there are multiple real-time as well as batch integration options that are available for integration, but there are no pre-built tools per se for specific integration with specific applications.
It has changed to IBM Infosphere MDM Standard Edition.
Okay, so it changed. So it changed to MDM Standard Edition, right? Okay, so that's the thing. That was the slide I was talking to you about when we lost. So Standard Edition is the most popular starting point for MDM for most customers. Because it's functionally complete with everything required, and it's basically essentially an out-of-the-box configurable MDM application. It can support multiple domains. It can support the creation of relationships and hierarchies, the stewardship activities, and BPM or business process management all in one. So it does not require invasive source system integration, which keeps the cost and complexity low for implementing an MDM solution at an organization. And another thing is, since it's a virtual master registry kind of solution, it does not threaten the authority of the source system, and it leaves the control of data with the source system owners and just establishes a value-added shared service model. So the sources remain remain in control of their data, which is why it's very attractive to many organizations. And now that it includes BPM Express, which is IBM's business process management tool on Lombardi, it can be used for doing workflow management. And it has a master data engine with a highly accurate probabilistic matching and searching algorithm capabilities, that provide you that accurate view of your customer. It has a flexible and extensible data model, which has been built and optimized for MDM, which provides you not only the ability to integrate across source systems and integrate across various domains, irrespective of the the data model and so on, but it also provides you. But since it's also specifically built and optimized for MDM, it provides you it provides you with performance benefits in terms of subsequent searches and so on. And finally, it is, there are, as I said, there are multiple integration options that are provided, which allow you to, integrate both real-time as well as batch integration options. Next, we talk about the advanced edition, which is, like I said, advanced. By the way, did the screen change?
The 23rd slide, still.
23rd is it still the standard edition?
Still there.
Or can you see the advanced edition slide now? Okay, so I guess 23rd is still the standard edition. You know what? I've joined in another session. Would you be able to give me presenter access on that session so that we can see if that probably works better?
We're on the 24th slide, by the way. Have you logged in?
Oh, you are on the 24th slide now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, great. So this is the advanced edition. Like I said already, advanced edition includes a standard edition. So all the features that I just mentioned about standard edition, are also part of the advanced edition. So the advanced edition can either be a virtual master registry like the standard edition, or it can be a physical or persisted master repository of data. It includes several business services which enable processes to easily leverage master data. It also includes the BPM Express, and it's pre-built and extensible data models for any domain and data and both data and relationships. And it also comes packaged with the highly accurate probabilistic matching and searching and the MDM powered solutions framework. And in addition, it has certain tooling such as which can enable you to build your own data models, services, UIs, and so on. Next, we talk about the collaborative authoring, which is basically the MDM server for PIM and which is used for product information management. The collaborative processes have workflows for collaborative authoring tasks. It has an extendable authoring UI, which can be used as a business user interface for authoring and searching. It has a flexible data model that can be used to create product catalogs, category hierarchies, attribute, relationships within products, and so on. It has a data synchronization feature which can be used for importing and exporting with deltas and versioning. And it has a user and role security for granular access privileges and enforcing complete and accurate data management. I now move on to the enterprise edition, which is the most comprehensive, and it includes all the 3 editions that we've talked so far, which includes your the standard edition, the advanced edition, and the collaborative authoring, or PIM. Again, it's a one-stop shop literally for all your MDM needs. It's comprehensive and can literally cater to all the domains of interest to your business, which could be customer, citizen, supplier, products, assets, and so on. It can support a variety of implementation styles, which can be either a virtual master registry, or it could be a physical master repository, or it could be a hybrid of the two, right, where you have your sources registering your data, but in addition you also have your have the transactional or the central record of truth, and the two coexist. So that's typically a hybrid model. You have collaborative authoring. And again, it includes BPM Express, MDM-powered solutions framework, and it can vary from being a fully pre-built solution to a modifiable pre-built or a build-it-yourself platform. So this is just an overview of the various editions of the MDM platform available to you. We'll now look into the functional capabilities of each of these editions. So we'll start again with the standard edition. I'm guessing the screen hasn't changed yet. Okay, so the standard edition is, as I said, it's functionally complete in its own right, because it was a product which was a market leader in its own right, right? So it includes everything you need in a single edition to stand up and put into production a multiple domain master data shared service. So it can include things like data governance and stewardship, where the standard edition has features for automatic task creation and notification to your data stewards. It has a rich UI for task management and remediation. It can, since BPM Express is bundled with the standard edition, it can be used for approval and workflow integration. It has the ability for visualization of relationships and hierarchies. It has a master data engine, which is the heart of the master data service, and which has your entity matching and linking algorithms, relationship linking and hierarchy linking rules, global ID maintenance, virtual compositor rules. So what really virtual compositor rules means is, remember, we're taking information from across various sources and trying to create that single record of truth across the enterprise, right? But sometimes what happens is that record of truth could vary as from a different perspective, right? As the data is looked upon from a different perspective, what that system of truth should represent could vary. And sometimes it could be as simple as hiding certain data attributes because of security issues, or it could be just one source trusting its own data over other sources. So for a variety of business reasons, and the fact that Standard Edition has its composited views in a virtual manner allows you to potentially define multiple such business rules and use that for your and various applications that are integrating with MDM could potentially use different composite views to look at the same underlying data. It has granular audit and security, subsequent real-time processing, and the most important, which is the multi-search support, which has both probabilistic, which is the powerful probabilistic matching that I talked about, and also full text-based, full text index-based searching. Standard Edition can support multiple domains, so it can have person, organization, products, locations, and so on. And when you support multiple domains, you can inherit relationships across these domains to give you that a more complete picture of your data. There are certain template hub models and configurations that come pre-packaged with the product for a rapid deployment of the product, and there is a graphical model extension and customization. It comes with an Eclipse-based configuration and management tool called Workbench, which can also be used for visual monitoring and analytics for both performance tuning and monitoring of a running engine in a production environment. And it has an embedded ETL tool and for data transformation and mapping. And again, it has several options for application integration. There is specific CRUD-specific, web services can be created automatically. Message-based synchronization engines, or brokers as they're called, are part of the Standard Edition, and it has a rapid application deployment toolkit for rapidly integrating your applications with the MDM. And then if we talk about the Advanced Edition functional overview, again, let me give it a few seconds to see if it's changing.
Natarajan, we can.
So Advanced Edition, like I said, it's all the functions that we just. Yeah.
That functional overview slide only.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we can view the functional overview slide only. That's the 28th slide, right?
Yeah. So we're in the Advanced Edition functional overview, right?
View that slide.
Hello?
Yeah, I can view that slide, 28th one.
Okay. So the Advanced Edition functional overview, like I said before, Advanced Edition includes your Standard Edition. So all the features that we talked about for Standard Edition, are also available in the Advanced Edition. In addition, you have things like business services that enables business processes to easily leverage your master data and reduce subsequent phase investment. It again supports multiple domains and has an extensible data model for supporting various domains, including party, product, account, location, etc., and the ability to create relationships between these domains. It has a proactive data management and governance capability with its highly accurate, probabilistic matching engine, which is embedded as part of the product. Stewardship with data quality, stewardship, and user interfaces. You can do event management and business rules as to trigger based on certain events happening in your master data, and security and entitlement to proactively do some data governance. It has advanced MDM tooling, which is MDM which comes with the MDM workbench, which allows you to do easy extensions to data, UI generation, adaptive service interface tooling. It supports the creation of a custom domain hub if the prepackaged hubs do not suit your needs. You can do a custom domain and generate new data domains easily and cost effectively. You can integrate with best-of-breed products, whether they be IBM or third-party, and you can do it in real-time or batch. You can deliver trusted master data to downstream data warehouse, analytics, BI systems, and so on. And it has an adaptable message format so that depending on the consuming system, the message format can be adapted accordingly. And finally, performance and robustness, because it has been proven to have a good performance in largest transaction hub deployment across the world, and in mission critical applications which are designed for zero tolerance and no failure deployments. So next we talk about the collaborative edition. So the collaborative edition is the master data for products, MDM for products, and the collaborative edition comes with business UIs for authoring search and workflow. It has custom tools, tabs, and panels for UI extension. It supports multiple languages and localization in terms of metadata, the UI, product data, and so on. It has a flexible data model that allows you to design a model that fits your organization's needs. It can adapt to changing business requirements with less reliance on IT. It can represent data through multiple hierarchies and tailor processes to specific channels. It has a trusted data governance for integrating workflows that align with your business processes. It has business rules, validations, and granular security to ensure data is accurate. There's no integration that is required, and changes to workflow definitions are reflected immediately. And finally, it's again integrated with imports, exports, and deltas and versionings, software-oriented architecture, SOA, vendor portal, etc. It has portfolio integration through common tools, technologies, and assets, and again supports multiple file formats, whether it be an XML for integrating with your applications. So finally, we'll look at some case studies that have implemented MDM successfully in several industries. So if we look at MDM for financial services, it has been implemented successfully by market leaders such as Capital One and Bank of America, etc., for increasing their product and account representation, and in certain cases giving the complete, the accurate view of their customer to improve with marketing effectiveness through targeted rewards programs and upsell, cross-sell opportunities, with better, compliance to regulatory agencies, which is very important when it comes to the financial sector. So, in terms of whether it be, managing opt-out preferences of customers, or just sensitive information of customers. And in certain cases, it has, led to the reducing systems, the number of IT systems that are required for running of the operations of the institution, which leads to major savings by reducing costs. It can avoid regulatory fines by better compliance to the government regulations, and prevent and minimize loss due to fraud, and also protect their valued customers from fraud, which in turn leads to better customer retention and protecting their brand and reputation. The next we'll look at the MDM as it has been applied to the public sector. So it has been applied across the world again, using from tax collection to citizen benefits to the to application of Medicaid systems and so on. So in a large taxation department in the U.S., it prevented, and as well as in London, it prevented questionable refunds from going on, and also going out, and also helped recover millions of dollars in delinquent taxes. It even in London Borough single view of citizen implementation, it even helped with recovering delinquent parking tickets from their citizens, and at the same time, it also helps the citizens by making all customer-facing services benefit through faster verification, and making the contact with bureaucracy to a minimum, which is always welcome. And it can also help with preventing frauds in public services, by reducing double dipping or fraudulent representation. And if we talk about MDM as it has been, applied in the healthcare sector. In the healthcare sector, MDM can prove sometimes to be the difference between life and death of a patient, and it has helped several hospitals across the world provide much better quality care while lowering their operational costs, which leads to better loyalty of the patients. And payers can increase efficiency with automatic claims adjudication, and you can have, in general, just the manual claims review goes down, and again, it can prevent fraud with health insurance. As I said, the most important benefit, which is the life and death of a patient itself. And finally, in the retail sector, MDM has been applied successfly by applying customer-specific MDM, which is by Barnes and Noble, which can which as you know is a leading booksellers, and applying an MDM solution for getting the single view of their customer, they were able to provide access to customer data and use that to populate order screens in all the BNN outlets in real time, which and it gave them a current and historical order information across all customer types, and they were able to honor customer privacy preferences, and those could be collected at any location and applied across the various outlets, and it could help with cross-sell, upsell opportunities by recommending targeted books to their customers based on their the history of their purchases and their general preferences in general. In many cases, applying product information management helped create a single up-to-date repository of product information and led to going to the market 2 or 3 weeks in advance, which gave those many weeks of additional sales to products, thus increasing revenue significantly. You can automate the publication of product information on its website, increase client certification by giving them all the details about a product, and update require fewer human resources, which improve efficiencies in the business. So that concludes my my presentation for today, and I really apologize for all the technical challenges that we faced during the talk today. Are there any other questions?
Ms. Natarajan, I've already assigned you a few questions. If you seem them unanswered, then I would request you to answer the questions.
Okay. The last I see is SAP or Oracle integrate with master data. Are there additional questions?
There are no questions then.
Okay. Okay, one question I see is, how is MDM different from data warehousing or data mining? So MDM is different in the sense that MDM is typically a precursor to data warehouse, and it feeds into the data warehouse, right? So data warehouse, you generally have all information from all sources across, and you use it for, for analytics, but MDM is focused more on the master data or the key information of your for your business, and the centralizing of the information in MDM can be leveraged during in the data warehouse when it provides when it can assimilate this information along with all other attributes that are present in the data warehouse to provide additional insights to the business users.
I'm really thankful to Ms. Natarajan for conducting this webinar. It was indeed a great session. I would also like to thank all our participants for their support in making this webinar a success. The recording of this webinar will be available on techgig.com by tomorrow. Thank you all, and I really apologize for the technical delay.